Revelation chapter 8 verses 1 to 6 continues with the opening of the last seal. The flow of events resumes in heaven. The last seal is about to be broken and the scroll unrolled. What will happen on earth? What will be revealed? There was silence. That half an hour or so probably seemed like an eternity to the heavenly inhabitants, because they were used to continual expressions of praise. It was a silence of expectancy. Everyone around the throne waited for what is to come. It is also a silence of foreboding that something very bad is going to happen. And I saw the 7 angels who stand before God, and 7 trumpets were given to them. I drew the first to 6 seals of equal width, but the 7th seal wider, so that I can draw the 7 trumpets inside, because the 7 trumpets constitute and come out of the 7th seal. We are not told the duration of these happenings on earth, but I know the 7th seal was spread out over more than 5 months. How do I know that? Because the 5th trumpet is 5 months in duration. The 7th seal brings us to the end of the 7-year tribulation. Just before the breaking of the 7th seal in chapter 8, Revelation chapter 7 verse 14 indicates that the tribulation is ending. John saw a countless multitude coming out of the Great Tribulation. The 7th seal also reaches all the way to Christ's return. Jesus said in Matthew 24, 29 to 30, Matthew 24 verse 29, "But immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give out its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky." Jesus said that cosmic phenomena affecting the sun, moon, and stars would occur just prior to his return. These are the same phenomena under the 6th seal. If the events of the 6th seal are close to the return of Christ, then the 7th seal must occur even closer or at his return. The 7th seal is the 7 trumpets. Again, we do not know the duration of the trumpet judgments except for the 5th trumpet, which will last 5 months. I will show you in a later session that the 7 trumpets extend to the second coming of Christ. The 7th trumpet is also the 7 bowls. The bowl judgments are the last, after which Christ comes back to earth. Another angel came and stood at the altar, holding a golden censer, and much incense was given to him, so that he might add it to the prayers of all the saints on the golden altar, which was before the throne. The smoke of the incense and the prayers of the saints went up before God. Who are the saints? Do the saints refer to the souls under the altar in chapter 6? If so, what were their prayers? They will cry out for vengeance on those who dwell on the earth. The trumpet judgments were in answer to the prayers of the souls that were slain. Those who dwell on the earth will now be judged. Then the angel took the censer and filled it with the fire of the altar and threw it to the earth. And there followed peals of thunder and sounds and flashes of lightning and an earthquake. And the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound them. What will happen on earth when the angels blow the trumpets in heaven? Akan datang, or coming soon in our next session. Let's review the seal judgment. First seal, horseman on a white horse, a false Christ. Second seal, horseman on a red horse, symbolizing wars. Third seal, horseman on a black horse, famine. Fourth seal, horseman on a pale green horse, death of 1/4 of the world's population. Fifth seal, more martyrs besides those under the altar. Sixth seal, cosmic phenomena with earthly consequences. Then there is an interlude between the 6th and 7th seal. When the 7th seal was broken, there was silence, and the censer was flung to the earth, and there was lightning, thunder, and earthquake. And we know that the 7th seal is the 7 trumpets. What is your key takeaway from God's judgment on earth and her inhabitants? Does it stir in you a greater zeal to proclaim the gospel and to harvest? Or does it fill you with fear or shame? Explain your answer. Who in your life is on a path to experience God's judgment? What will you do? We will not be here, but our spouses, our children, our siblings, our parents, our friends who are not believers will go through this terrible time. Imagine if you share the gospel with a family member or friend today and there is no response. And then the rapture takes place the day after. The seed you planted could still bear fruit in the days of the tribulation. What is an obstacle in your witness?